kids, we're back. Hi, your old pal Kip. Normally my channel is videos about ProMaster vans, but I wanted to post some stuff. I noticed a dearth of information about vintage Hagstroms on YouTube, and there needs to be more Hagstrom videos, and here some are, at least some demo videos of interesting Hagstrom instruments. Here we have another one. This bass has a story. This is probably a 65 or 66 Viking 1 bass, as is known. Fully hollow, no center stripe. This bass is in a very common color, this sort of translucent red. But I have customized this bass and converted it to fretless with some other funky features. But enough of it's there to give you the idea of what it is and what it sounds like, although it's fretless, which Hagstrom never made a fretless so far as I know. Now, the important thing about this bass is it has a story. The dude I got it from bought it in '75 and played it for well over 15 years, 6 nights a week in country bands around Ohio. So much so that his thumb divot is worn here. And he gave it to me, and then he disappeared for about 10 years, and then he came up dead. But that's a long story. But anyway, so the dude, I have a picture of the dude playing this bass New Year's Eve 1979, dressed in country garb. Pretty interesting. I gigged it for a couple, 3 years. At the time I was playing upright, and I'd bring an electric with me just to break it up, and I'd bring this thing. It wasn't fretless at the time. This fretless is something I've done recently. What's interesting about it is I scored one of the two. This is the original bridge pickup. It would have had another identical pickup in the neck, and that pickup croaked. And I happened to come across a 60s vintage Gibson EBO pickup, and I had my guy put it in there and make it do its thing and convert it to fretless. He did quite a lot of work. He made this fingerboard. He took the old fingerboard off, made this fingerboard, rebound it, tinted the clear so it shows up. But this is a pretty basic, no pun intended, Hagstrom instrument of, you know, you'll find these Viking basses all through the late 60s. Very cool. And I've also changed out the bridge to something that is similar to what the original Hagstrom bridge would have been. Oh, I guess this does have one trick up its sleeve. These bridge anchors are actually anchored through the top into a dowel that goes through the whole thing, much the way an upright has a sound post. This essentially has a sound post. Acoustically, it's quite a bit better than it would have been, louder at least, or fuller, than it would have been with the normal top, because this style of Viking does not have a center block like a 335. Therefore, it somewhat makes a poor instrument for bass. But anyway, it's a pretty cool vintage sound. This is more of a modern sound because it sends forth more highs. Let's start with the neck pickup. Not much variations really in bass sounds in terms of fretless, but that EBO, hopefully you can hear, is fat, kind of like me. And it plays like butter. I thought about dialing in more buzz by having the action lower, but I've learned to get my growl in other ways than in buzzy, fretless action. There it is. Anyway, that's your 67-ish, 66-ish Viking bass.